What's going on? Let me take this thing off real quick. Getting really used to wearing masks now that they're actually mandatory to wear in our city. My name's Kenny Bhullar, and you're on the second floor. I want to let you guys know that today's video is mainly focused on how you can actually accomplish hitting all the goals you have in mind to become successful in health, life, and business. If you are interested in getting more tangible tips on how to optimize your health, your business, your life, and take the leap to become more brave to accomplish it, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. Today is all about taking into consideration how every single successful sports team out there accomplishes their goals to ultimately win. We're gonna take that concept and we're gonna apply it into any single one of your goals that you have in your life. And we're gonna do this by marrying two topics together. Number one, goal tournament, as I like to call it. This is something that came straight from John Berardi, the founder and owner of Precision Nutrition. And I'm gonna combine that with Andy Frisella, this guy who runs the podcast MFCEO, who talks about creating a power list. So we're gonna dive in. Come on, join me over to my whiteboard. Let's make it happen. The 3 steps, guys, to accomplish all the goals you have in mind in your life. Number 1, 4 quads. This is something that we're about to start off with, where you're looking at the 4 quadrants in your life: personally related, health related, financial related, and then lastly, we have relationship related. I find that, especially when I'm talking with my team that I'm building at Good Life Fitness, this is the most important thing we focus on in the beginning, from the moment we onboard somebody, to figure out exactly what's going on in their life. So that way they can not only help out their clients, but they can help themselves out, okay? So before you help out anyone, it's important to help yourself out. So what is a goal? A goal is defined by a favorable outcome in which you completely desire to have accomplished for yourself in order to win. So this can be sports related, as we said in the beginning, and this can be anything in your life related to the 4 quadrants. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to take a look at the whiteboard and notice that I have the 4 quads out, and I have 2 specific goals in each of those quadrants that I want to accomplish. Looking here, you can see personal, financial, relationship, health. I want you to take the time to pick 2 specific goals you have in those quads that you're going to hit. Right now, the timeline doesn't necessarily matter. It could be something that you want for yourself to be done as soon as this week. It could be something you want next year. It could be something that's happening in a decade, okay? So looking here, we don't have to go into too much detail with my personal ones, but if you'd like to pause the video, you can see that I've just done this exercise. Step number 2, the goal tournament. So this is a concept where, just like any sport you play, soccer, hockey, jiu-jitsu, anything, you're competing against another individual. So now you're gonna have your goals compete against one another. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna now take the time, and I'm gonna actually show you guys which ones I end up choosing, to choose which one out of each category is going to be the priority, okay? Just real quick here, I always like to say that if you have priority and importance correlated with one another, you wanna be up here with your goal. So you are now gonna decide which one is high priority, high importance out of each one. So personal related. Do I wanna sleep minimum 7 hours? Is that more important to me? Or do I wanna connect with 2 influencers a month? Right now, honestly, I'd say that sleep minimum 7 hours, more important to me right now. I have to get my sleep in order to have the energy to be there for my clients and be able to fully pay attention. Okay, nice and quick, you choose one. We're in the tournament, this is the beginning. Now, financial related. Do I wanna complete my current certification for strength and conditioning, or do I wanna make 100K by next year? Well, when I'm looking at this case, this is where you're gonna realize with your goals that one can't be done without the other. So I know that if I need to hit 100K next year, I have to complete the certification because that's what's going to increase my salary, okay? That one's more important. Next one, relationship. I have plans to get married in 2 years. As well, I want to have daily communication with my girlfriend long distance. Is that marriage gonna happen if I don't talk to my girlfriend every day while she's all the way across the country? Probably not. So, daily communication it is. Awesome. Moving over to health. Train jiu-jitsu 3 times a week or run a marathon. Right now, as much as I've wanted to run a marathon, now that the pandemic is slowly sort of allowing us to go back to normal and jiu-jitsu doors have been open, I'm going to favor jiu-jitsu. So just like that, guys, it literally takes what? Probably 60 seconds to decide which of the two in each category you want to focus on. Let's go into step 2. We're headed to the semifinals, okay? This is completely optional for you. You guys get to decide which two of the categories you want to have go against one another, all right? Try not to overthink it. For me, personally, it doesn't really matter. Here's what I did, all right? Health versus personal on one side. On the other side, financial goals compared to relationship goals. So this is the point where you now have to choose two completely different goals from completely different categories, okay? Let's take a look. Train BJJ 3 times a week or sleep for 7 hours, minimum a day. I am going to decide to choose that for me, this goal of getting 7 hours minimum of sleep is more important. Again, figure out why you choose one over the other so you understand what decision you're making. For me, I believe that again, if I don't get minimum 7 hours of sleep, I'm not gonna perform to the best of my ability to train jiu-jitsu 3 times a week. Okay, perfect. So from here, I'm gonna put my personal goal. It's headed to the finals. Next up, we have financial, get that certification done, or daily communication with my girlfriend. Right now, I know that I need to put importance on that certification, okay? My girlfriend, knowing in our situation, should understand that if this doesn't get done, money's not coming home, all right, on my end. So now, guys, we have financial versus personal, okay? Understand the why as to recognizing which one you should choose. Now, this is the big part. You understand already which two goals out of, let's just say, the multiple goals you chose, minimum 8. I always encourage, I wanna mention, that in the beginning, have 12 to 20 goals. It actually doesn't even matter the goal, just list them all down without even thinking. And then you can narrow down which one you're gonna choose first, all right? So getting 7 hours of sleep a night or getting that certification done. Which one am I gonna choose to focus on with my energy daily a day? Who's the winner? Drum roll. Sleep, baby. I'm gonna choose 7 hours of sleep a night, guys. Again, why did I choose that? If I'm not getting that minimum amount of sleep, there's no way I'm gonna be able to, internalize and digest that information for passing that test. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how I know for a fact, no ifs, ands, or buts, how I'm gonna accomplish this goal and what I need to do to make it happen. All right, so you finished the goal tournament. You found out finally what's the most important, what's the highest priority goal you have out of the multiple things you wanna accomplish in your life. If you stop there, it's not gonna happen. It most likely won't happen. The reason is, guys, you might already recognize whenever you have a goal in mind, you tell a friend, it's one way to motivate you to get it done. You put it in your journal. You feel like by just doing that much, you've already felt like you've contributed. You need to make sure that you're doing something every single day to make sure you're putting that 1% in to actually accomplish this goal. So now you're actually gonna narrow it down and you're gonna figure out what your power list is. Your power list is simply 3 to 5 things that you are gonna do every single day without any excuses to make this happen. By doing it for a whole month, it might not happen yet. But that in and of itself, the 1% you put in every single day, you're that much closer to getting it done. Okay, so this is non-negotiable, what you're gonna do every single day. So let's take a look and see what I need to do every day to minimum hit 7 hours of sleep. Here it is, 3 to 5 things, okay? So I have 4 things written down here for my biggest goal I'm gonna accomplish. I need to make sure that I go to bed by 10 p.m. every night, okay? So by go to bed, I mean I'm inside of my bed. I'm in the cocoon, I'm ready to sleep. Number 2, wake up by 5 a.m. So that ultimately leads to 7 hours right there, okay? Next thing, no phone by 9:30 p.m. I'm giving myself that 30 minutes where I'm not getting hit with blue ray emissions. I'm not getting hit with that blue light on my phone. A lot of you might already know this. It's something that's huge. Scientific studies have shown that if you keep looking at your phone, it's directly associated with looking directly into sunlight. And that's why probably when you're looking at your phone before you go to bed, you can't fall asleep, okay? So give yourself that flex period. That's what I'm doing. Next, write down what tasks need to be finished tomorrow. As much as I have that last on my list, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I start a task, it's very tough for me to just stop and then do it the next day. So if I'm starting something and I look at the time and it's around 9 o'clock, that's when I'm gonna recognize that I'm gonna write this down and I have to convince myself that it's gonna be done tomorrow. So notice, 4 very different things, but it's all associated with the goal I have in mind for 7 hours of sleep. Now, the point of this, guys, is to recognize that you need to put a check off each one of these boxes every single day. So whether it's your notebook, your phone, something to help keep you track, I need you every single day to write this down. This is something that Andy Frisella says himself. We'll put down inside the comment section, the episode where he talks about this. And you know what? We need to recognize that, okay, if you're gonna be hard on yourself, let's say a whole week passes by, 7 days. If in those 7 days, you happen to do this for 4 out of the 7, did you mess up? No, you won. You did this for 4 straight days as opposed to not doing it at all. So if there's any, let's say, percentage, I like to say that minimum in the beginning, get your reps in, hit about 60 to 80% success rate of hitting this list for an entire week. And that is how you accomplish your goal you have in mind. Give yourself at least a month to then assess how much of this is something you're already naturally doing without looking back at your list, and then go to number 2, and then go to every single one of your goals, one at a time. I assure you, you will hit every single one of those goals. Now remember, the most important piece of this concept is to take it one step at a time. Once you've accomplished that first goal, go back to your list and figure out what was the next one on the priority list. Don't completely forget about the one that you pretty much built the reps in and turning into a habit and turning into something that now is completely naturally for you to do every single day. Get ready to go into the next one, okay? So this is all about stacking habits, something that James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits. Hopefully that is something that works out for you guys. Let us know how it works. Please, on the comment section, let us know what your power list is going to look like on a daily basis. We would love to know. And if you found any value in this video, guys, please like, subscribe, comment, give us any feedback you like, and we'll continue to provide as much value as we can. Have a great one.